What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Eternal Crusade, and we are quite literally crusading Eternal here, because Games Workshop has released not 1, 2, 3, or 4, but 5 is the number of Space Marine indexes.
Wait a minute.
Games Workshop. 3 is not the number.
No, that's right.
5.
That is the number.
5 is the number.
5's the number.
Yeah.
But, yeah, not 4, not 6, but 5.
5.
5.
5 Space Marine indexes have been released today, and we are working our way through every single one of them. I'm excited.
I am very excited. These are the Jack Templars. Mm-hmm. I'm big excited about them. I ran Black Templars to a bunch of ninth. Mm-hmm. Then they got their new book. Wasn't as big a fan of it.
Even swore on a sword to take them to a super major.
I did not. Well, maybe I will in the future now.
Uh-huh.
But here's my question. Why are you in the command throne? Get out. I'm reading these rules.
Too late. You can already read them. I am in command. Initiate. So, we are really excited for this one. This is a video about the new 10th edition rules for Black Templars. Hopefully you in the chat are just as excited as we are. If you like this content, if you like what we've been doing all day, make sure that you like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. That'll get you notified, because we're going to be going live at least 2 more times today with Space Wolves and Deathwatch. Blood Angels and Dark Angels have already been done. You can find them in our YouTube channel. But we've got 2 more videos coming up after this one. And, well, at the pace that Games Workshop is posting rules, it's a fair bet to say that we may be live again this week. Perhaps even tomorrow. We'll see what Games Workshop graces us with. But subscribe to the channel and you'll get notified every time we go live. As well, you can get even more amazing content live in the War Room right now. Just check out that link in the description below for a free trial. Now is the best time to sign up for the War Room. You can check in, see what we're all about, see if you like it for free. And if hopefully you like it, hopefully you stay, because we have a lot of great content and an amazing community in the War Room. All right, Jack, ready?
Let's do it. Let's get into it. Very excited.
Templars. Jack Templars. We've got their rules. I'll start by giving the boring detachment spiel so that Jack can do the fun part.
All right.
And that is that you can take the Righteous Crusaders detachment. However, let's just put the caveat in here. If you wanted to, you could take a Gladius. Any Space Marine chapter can take a Gladius. A Gladius is just limited to 1 chapter. That could be Black Templars, no problem. Take all the Black Templar data sheets, put them in a Gladius, call it a day. But if you want to do a perhaps more zealous detachment, something very in line with the units you want to take as a Black Templar player, the Righteous Crusaders detachment will give you unique enhancement, stratagems, rules, etc. instead of any of the Gladius ones. But if you do take the Righteous Crusader detachment, you do get some restrictions. First up, you cannot include any of the followings that don't have the Black Templars keyword: all the Gladiators, all the Impulsor, all the Repulsor options.
It's because they have their own options in the book for all of those.
And you cannot include any Psychers. There it is. Okay, cool.
Yes.
And you can include Black Templars, but you cannot include any others.
So weirdly enough, if you take the Gladius, you can include Psychers.
Yes, you could take Hellbrex and a Librarian in a Gladius detachment.
The way I would think the Gladius is like an amalgam of mixed Marines, not just Black Templars.
Just a generic Crusading force. They're teaming up with their buddies. But if you were to take this Righteous Crusader and accept these limitations, you'd be rewarded with a Templar vow.
That's right. So at the start of the first battle round, select one of the 4 Templar vows below, and you just get it for the whole game.
Yep.
So
only though if your warlord kills the enemy with a sharpened...
No, you're thinking of Space Wolves again.
It keeps getting me.
Yeah. So looks like you get Suffer Not the Unclean to live. Melee weapons have lethal hits, which if you're playing into knights or things like that, you're just going to want...
Oh yeah, melee weapons get lethal hits. That's good.
Yeah, not melee weapons get lethal hits if it's a Tuesday and you've jumped through 15 hoops.
And
you just get lethal hits.
You got your opponent's warlord to fail a battle shock test while in base contact with your warlord.
Yeah, something like that.
Like that.
Uphold the Honor of the Emperor is you get a Feel No Pain 6+ and Leadership 5 across your whole army.
Leadership 5 across your whole army is something.
That's very strong.
That is a thing.
Abhor the Witch, Destroy the Witch is you get a 4-up invuln against psychic attacks, and all melee weapons get anti-psycher 4+.
Brother.
Yeah.
Brother. Could you imagine if you, find out you're playing against Chaos Demons? Because this is chosen at the beginning of the first battle round, and you don't have to write this in your list. You see Bellicor and Fate Weaver and a Lord of Change and a Keeper of Secrets, and you'd be like, and, how many witches are living in this household? For the census, you understand.
You cannot abhor the witch. You cannot suffer the witch to live. You must abhor the witch.
You must destroy the witch.
You must destroy the witch.
Wow. Okay. And then there's one more.
Melee weapons just have sustained hits, which most of the time is going to be better than lethal hits in my mind. But then as soon as you go up against
Tough
a lot
stuff.
of high toughness things, a lot of big demons, knights, chaos knights, that's when you pick lethal hits.
It is a good thing that you can just choose this.
Decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, sustained hits 1 is better if you're fighting like Space Marines. But if you're playing knights or witches...
4-up invuln against psychic. At least it's not 4-up feel no pain against psychic attacks.
Man, a 4-up invuln is really spicy good, though.
It is good. It is
really
quite good. 4-up invuln against
Right.
psychics.
I'm sure there's no ways to get feel no pains in this. Shall we? All right. Hit me with the first stratum here, Jack.
All right, Fervent Acclamation. In your command phase, pick a character, and you select a Templar vow. While that character is leading the unit, models in that unit gain the benefits of that vow in addition. So,
In addition to the vow selected.
yes, but this does not... Oh, until the start of your next command phase. So for that turn, you just get that vow.
Okay. So if your opponent maybe had one witch, just one little witch, and you didn't want to abhor all the witches, but you're like, maybe that guy.
Maybe some of them.
Maybe some of the witches.
That one
Like
guy.
just that one librarian, that's the one you want to abhor.
Yeah.
That's good. No escape.
No escape is in your
Oh.
opponent's movement phase, not monsters and vehicles. I'm the Jack Templars now. One Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that is within engagement range of that enemy unit. You roll a die, and you add 1 to the result if you took the accept any challenge no matter the odds vow. On a 4-up, they cannot fall back, and they must remain stationary.
So if that vow is active for your army, not for that unit. So you
Right.
can't combo Fervent with No Escape. But still, No Escape's pretty good.
Yes, you stop them from falling back. There are very few things previewed so far that stop fallbacks.
Which one was Accept No Challenge?
Except
Is
any
that
challenge.
lethal hits?
I believe that's lethal hits. No, it's the
Sustained
sustained
ones.
hits, which is
Okay.
the one I will go to the most.
Okay. That is generically useful.
It is very generically useful.
Devout Push. Let me hit you with this one. 1 CP. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit is shot. 1 Adeptus Astartes unit. That's weird, not infantry. That had 1 or more of its models destroyed. Okay, fair enough. It could be bikes. Your unit can make a normal move of D6 inches, but it must end that move closer to the enemy unit that just shot. If I'm abhorring the witch, my unit can move a normal move of 6 inches instead, but it must end closer to the enemy unit that just shot or the closest psyker. So just you shot me, I get a little closer.
Seems good.
Yep, and it's a normal move. Now, it doesn't, unlike some of the ones we say, it doesn't say that you can get an engagement range.
Yes,
is still good.
Normal move specifically means you cannot get an engagement.
Exactly, but still, just someone tries to shoot you, just scoot a little closer.
It doesn't mean you have to move in a direct line. But if you take Abhor the Witch, Destroy the Witch, you get to move 6. And boy, that's...
A 6-inch move, like after the first thing shoots, is like, whoops, to the left now. That could be really good.
Because you have to move closer, but you don't have to move in a straight line.
You also
towards
don't
them.
have to move 6. It's just up to D6.
Yes.
Okay, so Devout Push looks like a very good stratagem.
It's very, very good. Devout Push has been like a staple of Black Templars for like the last 10 years.
Very different, but it's still good. Tell you what, Jack, I'm going to take this next one.
Okay.
Armor of Contempt, 1 CP. Whenever you would have used Armor of Contempt in any other Space Marine, use it here instead.
And you reduce AP by 1.
Yep, shooting or fight phase. Your opponent's shooting or fight phase. Fun fact, you can't do it in your turn. But that is still a very generically good stratagem, and it's even better on units with a good armor save. Like if you were to take a 2-up armor save unit, if we were to find one of those that you wanted to take, that would be good here.
Yeah.
There we go. You want to hit me with Crusader's Wrath?
Absolutely. So in the fight phase, 1 Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to fight. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a melee attack, you increase the AP of that attack by 1. That's very good, especially on army chainswords. If Suffer Not the Unclean to Live vow is active for your army, +1 strength.
And is Suffer Not the Unclean the one where you get a lethal hit?
That is lethal hits, yes.
So your chain swords could be AP 2 +1 strength lethal hits if you were to go into knights. That does make it better.
Yes.
That does make it better. Yes. Okay. Pretty good.
All right.
One last one, Vicious Riposte.
Yep. Fight phase, just after an enemy unit selected its targets. This stratagem was terrible in 9th. Let's see how it is in 10th. You pick an Adeptus Astartes unit that was selected as the target until the end of the phase. Every time a model in your unit is destroyed, if it has not fought this phase, roll a d6, adding 1 to the result. If the durability one is up, Uphold the Honor of the Emperor. That's the 6-up, Feel No Pain, which I said I would want to go sustained hits most of the time. I'm pretty sure it's actually going to be Uphold the Honor for that Feel No Pain. Adding 1 to the result if that is active. On a 4-up, it fights on death.
Cool.
So
a 3+ sometimes.
Yeah. A 3-up, I think a decent amount of the time, actually. And it's 1 CP 3-up fight on death.
Now, we've seen a couple different types of fight on death in both the Space Marine and Tyranid Index. We've seen 2 CP full fight on death and 1 CP 4+ fight on death. This is just that with a bonus.
Yes. And
that's
I think a decent number of the time, it's going to be, especially in the melee matchups, you're going to take Uphold the Honor, so you can 1 CP 3-up fight on death and just have this massive unit. Oh, you killed half my unit. Sweet. They're swinging back anyway.
Yeah. This... Okay, so stratagems here. Generically good.
Generically good.
Yep. All of these are very, like, solid combat army strats.
Yeah. The fact that your fight on death is not 2 CP like it is in Blood Angels. No, Blood Angels get full fight on death, so it's a different thing.
1 CP 3-up, though, is...
It's pretty good.
I like that.
That means you don't have to budget quite the same. Yeah. In a melee matchup, Blood Angels are going to be spamming the 2 CP fight on death button, whereas Black Templars are going to be spamming the 1 CP fight on death on a 3-up. And that just will lead them with more CP at the end of it.
Yeah, so we've got the enhancements now for the Righteous Crusaders detachment. As normal, they seem to be giving us 4. I'll take the first one here. We've got Perdition's Edge. Just improve the strength and armor penetration of the bear's melee weapons by 1. Useful. And if you're Suffer Not the Unclean, +1 attack as well. So just +1 strength and AP in melee. If you're in a vow, +1 attack as well.
Well, I have read ahead, and I found which vow you're going to be taking most of the time. But we shall continue. Perdition's Edge, strength and AP increased by 1 is quite good.
Yeah. That's just generically useful.
Witchseeker Bolts.
Cool.
Bears ranged weapons, no matter what they are, have precision, anti-psyker 4+, and devastating wounds.
Oh.
Yeah, that's quite good.
That's quite good.
That's quite good. Is there a character that shoots particularly hard?
No. Like,
No.
there's like some that aren't bad, but
No, nothing.
none are like crazy.
If Abhor the Witch is active, each time the bearer makes a ranged attack that targets the Psyker unit, you can reroll hits and wounds.
I feel like a Tech Marine is the best one. Because he has like a grav pistol and also a top, like, heavy bolter thing.
With Witchseeker Bolts?
Yeah, heavy bolter that's like precision, dev wounds, reroll hits and wounds, anti-psyker 4+. That's just like 4 to 6 mortals to every Psyker unit I see.
Yeah, if you see Grey Knights or T-Sons, you're just like, and that character's dead, and that character's dead, and that character's dead, and that character's dead, and that character's dead.
Okay.
That's pretty
That
cool.
can be fun. We'll see kind of how the meta adapts, but it's like still a nice enhancement.
Oh wait, we're reading rules I get to play with. Sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Next we've got Sigismund's Seal, which for one model improves the attack characteristic of the bear's melee weapons by 1.
Love that.
While the bear is leading a unit, if you accept any challenge no matter the odds, vows active for your model. Each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, a successful and modified hit roll of a 5+ scores a critical hit. Is accept any challenge no matter the odds. I
believe that's sustained hits, yeah. So sustained hits on 5, and he gets +1 attack.
And then like, okay, if that's the generic like one that you want to take, that is good.
Yeah. Tannhauser's Bones, on the other hand, is, I think, going to be an auto-include.
Okay.
Each time an attack is allocated to the bearer, have the damage.
Oh, cool.
And then, while the bearer is leading the unit, if Uphold the Honor of the Emperor is active for your army, models in that unit have Feel No Pain 5+.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Only if you're upholding the honor of the Emperor, though.
Oh, yeah, the one that I think you're probably going to do. That one. Unless your opponent is a witch, in which case they may feel free to...
That 5 of Feel No Pain for the unit?
Yes.
But I could snipe that guy out.
No, you can't snipe that guy out. He's half damage with a 5-up Feel No Pain, John. I mean, there might be a reason you want to keep that guy alive through precision.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Unit of 5-up Feel No Pain.
Can you scroll up and see
What?
if the stratagem says you get the vow instead of the current one?
No, it's in addition.
Oh, so you can, have exploding... You can have critical hit 5s, lethal, and sustained.
In addition to the vow selected, obviously.
So you just... If you're in exploding 6s, you just have a unit that has exploding 5s, and then lethal hits on 5s, and then Oath of Moment.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that hits super hard. Also, Tannhauser's Bones is gross.
Wow. Yeah, okay. So that's good. Yeah, 20 man. We'll see about that. Yeah. Okay, I am generally not
Put
super
that on
thrilled
an
about
apothecary.
that.
By the way, I'm pretty sure my favorite data sheet so far is going to be Sword Brethren.
Oh yeah, well we've seen that in the preview, and they are exciting.
Very exciting. Let's get to Grimmy.
Grimaldus.
Grimaldus, feel no pain, 5+, and he is a leader. While he is leading a unit, every time that model in the unit makes a melee attack, you roll hits.
Good start.
Good start, especially if you've like sustained or something like that, or lethal.
Well, that's interesting. He's got one of those pick a thing.
Oh, he's got a pick 3. In your command phase, if this unit contains one or more Cenobite servitors, select one Relics of the Emperor Ascendant. Until the start of your command phase, he has that ability. Now, it's not start of the battle round, so you have to pick it in your command phase.
That's weird.
But these aren't... one of them is...
Let's just read them one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time, starting at the center. Models in the unit have the Feel No Pain 5+ ability.
That's where I always start when I'm doing one at a time out of 3.
Yeah.
Always start in the middle.
Always start in the middle. Why is this not start of the battle round? You just get shot turn 1?
I think you'll be okay.
I think it'll be okay. This unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced or fell back.
At least I don't have a feel no pain against psychic attacks, though. Get out of here.
Improve the AP characteristic of melee weapons. All 3 of these are nuts.
Yeah!
All 3 of these buffs are good to the point where I'm like, I don't know which.
I mean, it's 5-up feel no pain until you're like already stuck in, but once you do that, fall back or advance in charge, really good. +1 AP, really good.
All of it's really good. You get AP 3 chainswords.
Oh no.
With lethal hits.
Oh no.
And rerolls to hit.
Anyways, he has a plasma pistol. His Artificer Croesus is slightly better than a normal one, and that seems perfectly reasonable. Grimmy himself always has a Feel No Pain 5+, just in case you're not taking that one. Yeah, that is strong.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's quite good.
Grimaldus, let's see if we can join. This sounds important. Assault Intercessors, Infernus Intercessor, Primaris Crusader, Primaris Sword Brethren. Yeah, let me know which ones you like.
Both of those. Infernus Squad. It's probably Infernus Squad.
Probably an Infernus
It's
Squad.
probably Infernus, not the 20-man Crusader Brick or my favorite unit in the game probably starting.
Goodness. How about the normal Crusader Squad? Let's consider them.
Normal Crusader
Squad? You can
Squad?
take Neophytes or other models.
Yep. So I actually have quite a few of these.
Me
The
too.
regular Crusaders on foot because
They used to not have Primaris ones?
they used to not have Primaris ones and they used to be very cheap.
Yeah.
And so if these guys are good, I have like 20 of them just sitting around, already painted, ready to go.
Well, you can reroll advance and charge rolls.
That feels quite good.
As with the Neophyte Scout thing is 2 wounds. I'm sure all of them are like this, but still good to call out because it's new.
Quentin's gonna have such a fun time with that. All right. Yeah, what are their options? Weapon options? Long.
It's a tactical squad's worth of options, which is everything you could ever want.
Any number can get an Astartes chainsword, and then the sword brother can get whatever the heck he feels like.
Yep. And 1 Initiate's bolt gun can be a thing. 1 Initiate's bolt gun can be a different thing.
Love that.
Yep. Up to 20 dudes. Starts at 5 power armor guys. Goes up to 10 power armor guys. Up to 10 scouts. If you could join a tactical squad, you can instead join some Crusaders. I am so sorry that I'm saying this out loud, but a Crusader squad and a Gladius with a librarian attached would actually be really good.
I will never do that because you
get
cannot suffer the witch to live.
I get it, but theoretically, if I ran like a different Imperial Fist successor, and I was just like, well, they're Crusaders themselves, you see, and my Red Templars take Crusader squads and their Gladius and attach a librarian to the Red Templars. A 20-man with a 4-pin one would be nuts.
Yeah. I will say no on that.
I get it. Just saying it out loud. Hellbrex. He's a guy. You like Hellbrex.
I love Hellbrex. Probably my best painted model.
He's quite pretty.
Yes.
It's a beautiful kit. He has Ferocity. I honestly didn't know his combi Melta had a name.
Yeah, it's called Ferocity.
Yeah.
And then his sword is just Sword of the High Marshals, because they all have it.
That's fair.
Chimera Halls.
Yep.
But yeah, anti-infantry 4+ dev wounds. It's a pretty decent gun. It's not insane, but it's pretty good.
Quite respectable.
Yeah, Sword Brethren, I'm super excited for. People in chat. All right, Sword of the High Marshals. He has 6 attacks at 833. Quite good. Or 12 attacks at 631. Most sweeps are like AP 1 or something.
That is a good sweep. Still strength 6 on that, by the way.
Yeah, his sweep is nuts. And he also gets +1 strength to melee weapons equipped by models in his unit.
Yes, which would include himself.
And critical hit rolls a 5+ score critical hit.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
Yeah, so sustained hits
bops.
1. Yeah, he slams.
I feel like you're going to be like pressing that 1 CP add a Val button every turn.
On Hellbrex, anytime they hit...
And like every unit. Like
anytime they hit combat, Hellbrex unit is bing, exploding 6s. Or exploding 5s. Bang!
Hellbrecht is 5 wounds only because he no longer has his attendants for some reason. He also no longer has attendant attacks. Basically, the dudes on his face are no longer an extra like wound and...
Yeah. +1 strength is a great buff. Critical hits on 5s is a very good buff.
He does do one more thing.
And then, at the start of the fight phase, so before your opponent gets to swing, you pick an enemy unit. 2 through a 3, they take D3. 4, 5, they take 3 mortal wounds. And on 6, they take D3 + 3.
So he just headbutts people.
Yeah.
Like,
just versus just donk.
Viciously. Good for him. Well, he is wearing the Templar crown, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Who can he join?
He can join anyone you would want to.
Not Blade Guard. But
I think Primaris Sword Brethren are just better Blade Guard.
Well, they are pretty good when you mention it, yeah.
Yeah. Which I love Blade Guard. And, man, I do need to order some Sword Brethren.
Yeah. Sword Brethren or Primaris Crusader Squad. You're getting a little crazy in there either way. Yep. Primaris Sword Brethren. We'll just talk about them when we get there. Which will, I'm sure, be soon, right after the Primaris Crusader Squad, if I were betting.
Yeah, probably.
So, Primaris Crusader Squad, let's just do the quick parts. It can also reroll advance and charges. Good for them.
It's Scout 6.
Scout 6, I didn't... Hold on, are the other guys?
No.
Okay. Wow.
They still want you to play with the Primaris models.
They just snuck Scout 6 in.
Yeah. If you join a character to it, though...
Oh,
yes.
That is a significant downside.
Yeah.
But, like, cool if you get there.
Yes.
Honestly, I might just take, like, 5 mans of these. And I guess you're just taking cursors or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a cool unit. Comes with all the weapons that you'd expect.
Yeah. Pyroblasters and nonsense. For every 10 models, you can get a Power Fist, which you probably... No, for every 10 models, you get 2 Power Fists.
Oh, wow.
Or a Pyroblaster, which you're not going to do.
Up to 2 initiators. Yeah, just take 4 Power Fists and a 20 mana?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the Sergeant has... the Sword Brother has something...
I thought it was a power weapon.
Power weapon, yes.
Yeah. Still, generically, just taking 4 power fists in that unit. That's good.
That is real good.
Wow, Primaris Librarian would really go far here.
I'm pretty sure they're going to.
I know. They should. They really should.
Yeah.
They really should. I'm just teasing. And you can just have a free power... Well, you can have like a power pistol on a dude. The Sword Brother heavy bolt pistol can be a power pistol.
Back in 7th edition, when it was the Wild Wild West, did my Grey Knights summon demons? Yes.
Are you suddenly opposed to a Librarian and Black Templars for no reason?
We have all grown over the last 5 years. 7th edition was the dark old times. We don't talk about that.
The chat is pointing out that a 20-man Primaris Crusader unit with chainswords is 100 attacks.
They do have 5 attacks apiece. Just
why?
If you were wondering. Yeah.
Why is it more than like... Why?
Because they're very mad, John. They're very angry. Yeah, a 20-man brick is 100 attacks.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like going to end up being 98 because you're going to also have 4 power fists in there, but like, whatever.
You're definitely taking the 4 power fists.
Woof.
But yeah, 4 power fists with some manner of re-rolling hits or exploding 5s or whatever are going to put down tough targets. And then... 1 million Astartes chainswords that, yes, can go up to 8p3. Thank you for asking with lethal hits, reroll hits if you take Grimaldus in the unit. That will churn through checks, notes, everything.
Yeah, so
everything.
It appears that the neophytes have a combat weapon. Every Primaris Initiate is a bolt pistol, bolt rifle combat weapon.
Yeah, but
every
you swap
neophyte
those
is bolt
out.
pistol chainsword. Oh, hold on. Wait, the Initiate...
The Initiates are the power armor dudes. You can swap those out.
Exactly. Okay, so you could theoretically get 19 chain swords and a power weapon, but you'll end up replacing some of those with the absolutely beautiful power fist, of course.
Yep, and if Grimaldus is in the unit, you can decide to be AP2, 1 CP, or AP3.
You reroll hits. You can advance in charge, or you can 5 feeling pain.
Yes.
Grimaldus is insane.
Yeah, Grimaldus is nuts. Grimaldus is windmill slam auto include. I almost don't care how many points it costs.
Yeah, like we don't know how many points he costs, but like they could not possibly have priced one of those 3 things appropriately.
Take scout snipers, try and dome him. Like, that's legitimately your plan, I think. The Tannhauser's Bones guy does not die to scout snipers because he's half damage with a 5 feeling pain.
Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah, you put that on a Judy, Walk that into the center of the board in a unit of these boys. Well, let's see if they have a thing that lets you join them with somebody else, so we can think about combos.
Yeah.
Scroll down.
To whomst?
If a character can join intercessors, it can be attached. So Judy can join them.
Good. Why wouldn't he? So let's talk about what the Primary Sword Brethren do. So they have weapons. That's nice. The start of the fight phase, you can choose to do one of the two things. +1 attack, +1 damage.
That seems good. They go to damage 3 power
and that
weapons.
would apply to Hellbrex if you were there.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Damage 4 or
damage 2 sweep.
Realistically, the damage 2 sweep at strength 6, AP 3, damage 2 with 12 attacks. And exploding 5s.
Wow. That's a thing right there.
Yeah.
That is strong.
That is a thing right there. Can the Judy join a unit if a captain has?
No.
Okay.
Judy has no friend abilities. No. The Judy works alone.
Judy with Sword Brethren is basically impossible to deal with in combat.
Wow, and yes, the Judiciary, or the Primary Sword Brethren vow Sworn Bladesman, that is for the unit. That includes characters.
Yes. So,
simple as.
For example, a Judiciary would be 3 damage.
Yep, or Hellbrex would be
like
2 or 4.
or something. Yes.
Crazy strong.
Yeah, they hit giganta hard. What's their weapons? Because they were victims of the everyone has a weird weapon.
So they can either have a power weapon, which is weapon skill 3, it's a power weapon. Thunderhammer, which is exactly what a Thunderhammer looks like. Or a mastercrafted power weapon. I believe this is Sergeant only, but we can confirm that in a second. Which is weapon skill 2, damage 2. So it's just better than a power weapon.
Yeah.
And then a chainsword.
Can you scroll down so we can see?
Let's do it.
So the Castellan gets the mastercrafted power weapon.
That seems perfectly reasonable.
With a combi weapon, in case you're wondering.
4 to 10 friends. Oh, with a combi weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Well, any number can have a power weapon instead of a chainsword, which you will just
probably will just do that.
For every 5 models, one Primaris Sword Brothers Astartes chainsword can be replaced with a Thunderhammer. You probably will do that. For every 5 models, it can be replaced with one plasma pistol, which you probably will do. And you can replace 2 of them with pyre pistols. Ugh, it's still very aggravating.
Yeah, at least you don't have like 1 power sword, 1 power axe, 1 power maul. It's just a power weapon, but like still.
Yeah, so let's go up, now that we know what they can be equipped with. So they get 1 Thunderhammer per 5, 1 Mastercrafted power weapon per 5.
And then 3 choice of chainsword or power weapon. So basically, would you take 1 attack or +1 strength AP? Probably the power weapon every time.
Probably the power weapon.
Until we get into a Harlequin meta, it's probably just power weapons.
Into Hordes, they go real hard with the number of attacks.
Strength 5 is still good. And yeah, you just do +1 attack.
Yeah, you go +1 attack. And then into almost anything else, you go +1 damage. Suddenly the Mastercrafted power weapon is damage 3. Your character is most likely damage 3 as well. Maybe damage 4. And then
Thunderhammers are damage 3.
The Thunderhammer is damage 3. And that's pretty good.
That is very
That's
good.
pretty good. Now, in terms of negatives, they do not have an invuln.
It's 3 wounds.
So it is a blade guard with no invuln.
It is. So points will matter a lot here.
A lot.
But just on principle, this is a much better assault intercessor unit.
Yeah, it hits harder than blade guard.
Yeah.
Because it is blade guard on everyone else whenever you want it to be, or they're better, right? You go into something that's 1 wound, and then they're better. But one guy has a damage 3 weapon, and one guy has a damage 3 Thunderhammer. So it's
a harder hitting blade guard unit.
It's a harder hitting blade guard unit.
Without an invuln.
Without an invuln. It makes better use of characters, because the character gets +1 damage or +1 attack.
Yeah.
And Hellbrex with a damage 2 sweep is actually disgusting in combat.
Yeah. And it appears, chat, that if you could take a lightning claw, that's just a power weapon.
Yeah,
in this case.
It is just a power weapon.
It certainly appears that way. Okay, well, Primary Sword Brethren look amazing.
I'm a big fan.
We'll see how many points they are, but that is very good.
Yeah, if they're significant... I don't think they're quite as good as a blade guard. But if they are cheaper than blade guard...
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that GW is very unlikely to look at this unit and be like, this is kind of like a thematic blade guard without a storm shield. They're probably not going to look at that and say, yeah, well, it'll cost more.
No, this thing... I would be shocked if they didn't cost cheaper than blade guard.
Very likely.
And if they do, I think they're very good. Especially because you can take them and blade guard if you wanted. Or put them in a land raider.
Also, the size. Blade guard are 3 to 6. This is 5 to 10. Yeah. That is significant.
That is significant.
Okay.
That is significant. They are still 3 wounds, which is pretty dope. I don't think they're going to stay 22 points a model.
Yeah.
If they do, I would be very happy. I would not take 1. I would take a lot.
Okay. Well, that That is them. Let's hit the Emperor's Champion. This is the guy who I really want to be good. I haven't even read him yet.
I want him to be good too.
All right. So once per phase, turn a failed failed saving throw and melee to 0. So once per phase. That is interesting.
When a melee attack.
Yeah, but it's not the first one.
Yes.
That's useful. And then he comes with the Black Sword, which is precision 8/3/3 weapon skill 2.
And +1 to wound against characters.
And he's a +1 to wound against a character unit.
Yes.
And his sweep is also quite good. Okay, this is he's definitely only what he is. He doesn't really buff his friends, but that is still if he's not expensive, I could see it. Does he have any... he doesn't have a join a friend rule.
No, it depends on his cost, right? If he's cheap and cheerful, he can join a unit and he can go slam.
Yeah, if he's cheap and cheerful, toss him in.
But if he is priced like most other characters, I would probably have a buffer instead.
I was hoping he would have join him at the same time as a Castleland or a Marshal or something.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Something like that. Okay, still, we'll see if he's cheap. Then we have the Castleland, who's normally a lieutenant role, and it is a matter of fact he is a Primaris lieutenant for all of his roles.
Does he give you shoot and charge after you fall back?
That's generically useful.
Yeah, that's real good on a 20-man squad.
Yeah. So, anti-infantry 4+, dev wounds, rapid fire. Oh, he's got a combi weapon and a mastercraft power weapon. Cool. So he is just a slightly different Primaris lieutenant, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But he does have, you can join one of the above, which is Stern Guard, Sword Brethren, Crusaders, Intercessors, and Furnace Assault Intercessors, even if a captain or chapter master is there. Let's actually look something up, because the chat has brought it to our attention. I'm going to go look at Hellbrex.
He does go to damage 4, the Emperor's Champion.
Yeah. Look, alright, Hellbrex is not a captain or a chapter master.
Nope, he is a High Marshal.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So High Marshal Hellbrex works alone. Now let's get back to where we were. Not vehicles. Yeah. Come on, almost there.
Yeah, the Sword Brethren Castleland is just a sergeant. He doesn't get the Castleland rules.
Okay, interesting. Now we just have a Marshal.
Yeah, the Marshal, the High Marshal, High Marahal. He has the targeted unit for 0 CP, which is super dope. Yep. And then once a game, he gets... So he is basically
He's
captain.
a Primaris captain.
He's a Primaris captain.
Almost all purposes.
But that's very good.
Funny enough, he doesn't have captain. So you can't join a Castleland to a Marshal. I feel like they just typoed this.
Can you go up? Captain or chapter? Because he has Marshal, not
he's
captain.
a Marshal, not a captain.
Okay.
This is just a typo.
I would imagine that's going to be fixed.
All right, fix this at the same time as the Librarian Gladius problem, and we'll be good.
Yes.
Because that's also silly and shouldn't happen. I acknowledge that.
The Marshal model is sick.
It is
for the record. And the Mastercrafted Power Weapon with Finest Hour, potentially in a blade, in a Sword Brethren unit, going to damage 3 with 9 attacks, and then having dev wounds.
Yeah,
with potentially sustained hits. And yeah, that dude actually hits insano hard when you do kit him
Finest Hour, yeah.
When you Finest Hour in a Sword Brethren unit, he just boom and just deletes a fool.
And there's nothing on his flip side that indicates he would do anything different. So he's basically a Primaris captain with Locked Warrior, which means take a Primaris captain instead and don't get a combi weapon and call it a day.
No, I like the Primaris Marshal.
I agree. As soon as you fix his keywords, I like him.
Yeah. He's identical to a captain is the issue.
Yeah. But other than that, just take a captain who doesn't get a combi weapon and instead gets the captain keyword to make character stuff work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll just change the Castleland / lieutenant things and that'll be fine.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all well and good. We are now on to the vehicle part of this. So all of these vehicles are identical to a normal equivalent, like a Lancer. Is a Gladiator Lancer from there. It just is equipped with... it may be equipped with a multi-melta.
Which, you're probably going to do.
So you could take a Black Templar Gladiator Lancer and choose not to give it a multi-melta, and at that point you're just taking a normal Gladiator Lancer, which feels pointless but cool. As far as I can tell, the only difference between a Black Templar's Gladiator Lancer and a Gladiator Lancer is that a Gladiator Lancer can take a multi-melta.
A Black Templar's one?
Oh, yeah, the Black Templar Gladiator Lancer can take a multi-melta, and the other one cannot. Other than that, it looks identical.
Now, here's the hilarious thing that someone in chat pointed out, is that if you take a Gladius, you can take 3 Black Templar Gladiator Lancers and 3 Gladiator Lancers.
If the Gladiator Lancer is priced to move, that could be the move.
It could be. I anticipate a lot of this weird detachment restriction shenanigans are going to be fixed because they don't seem intended, right? Yeah. Joining a unit with a librarian, like, come on.
I think that's a little too much. Although it is funny, and I'll do it.
I think it's too much. I will do it.
Yeah. Reaper, exactly the same thing.
Exactly the same, except he gets a multi-melt.
Is there anything besides different vehicles which can choose to get a... which is a cool thing. I believe everything
looks
that's left.
All the same. The repulsor, probably identical.
And we're done.
That's it.
Okay, so every single Black Templar unit, basically the same.
Wait, hold on. The Black Templar Gladiator Valiants, their multi-meltas suck?
No. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Codex Valiant has a strength 10 multi-melta, which is obviously a typo. Because every other multi-melt in Codex Space Marine is strength 9, and then the Valiant is strength 10, but then the Black Templar's Valiant has a worse multi-melta.
But it does have 3 of them. I will say, Gladiator Valiants with 3 multi-meltas and a twin Las Talon with reroll hits and wounds off of Oath is terrifying.
Yeah, that would kill a lot of things.
Yeah. 3 of them.
3 of them. All right. So,
and an Icarus Rocket Pod.
So tell me, Jack. We've kind of been through a couple chapters now. So far, 3 chapters in. All of them seem really good.
Yeah, a lot of them are because of the special characters.
Agreed. Like, the datasheets are a lot. But Black Templar's ability to throw 5-up Feel No Pain on units, not nothing.
2 units have a 5-up Feel No Pain. The rest of the army has a 6-up Feel No Pain. And then it all hits really, really, really hard.
In combat.
And we'll need to see how spammable bodies are, right? If they're like 25 points a model, then okay, probably not. But if they're where they currently are, where they're at like 15 points a model, 16 points a model,
spam.
You can take Black Tide and just whoop. You know, and that does kill Terminators, because you go to AP3 on the Chainswords, you go to Exploding Sixes, and you go Oath of Moment, and you just go bang!
Yep.
And you put them to their invuln, because it's AP3, so even if they Armor of Contempt, they can get their 4-up invuln, and you just delete a Terminator unit. Which, you know, if my opponent has run 3, Terminator units downfield being like, you can't kill me, and my answer is, yes, I can, I don't feel bad for them.
Yeah. This is really good. Yes. Black Templars are very good. Sitting down and rereading it after my first read, Black Templars are better than I thought.
Yeah, they're quite good.
There are a lot of good rules in this book.
I'm very excited to put this on the table. It was weird, like, because of the Dark Angels one we just did, I was reading through this, and for the first, like, half of the first rule section, I was being like, oh, okay, I'll have to play against that and whatever. And then I realized partway through, wait a minute. No, wait, these are rules I'm playing with.
Yep, indeed. You
Booyah!
are the Templar player in the house. You are the Jack Templars.
Woo! Let's go, baby! Very excited.
Yeah, Robert, they have restricted the tanks at the top if you take a Black Templar detachment.
Yes.
They haven't restricted if you take Gladius, which is the same thing they did for the Librarian, which is probably an oversight. The game would just be a little more enjoyable if they fixed.
Yeah.
And I think I'd be okay with them just saying you can't take both a Lancer and a Templar Lancer.
If they just release an FAQ for the Gladius that's like, hey, these edge cases, nah, you don't get them.
And also, like, fix, like, the Marshal and Captain problem. Like, easy fixes. Yeah, Templars are amazing in Melee. They have very good data sheets. They have very good named characters. They have very good enhancements. The Black Templar detachment does make me want to look at things besides the Gladius. I know we've talked about all the cool things you do in a Gladius by breaking unintended rules, but the Black Templar detachment is pretty good.
Yeah, the 6-foot Feel No Pain on 2-wound models is really annoying. It's also really annoying on 3-wound models like Sword Brethren and Blade Guard.
Yeah.
Can you get Blade Guard in this detachment? I believe you can, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
So
Here are the limits.
Yep. Yeah, you totally can. 3-wound models really love 6-foot Feel No Pain because it blanks a 3 damage save about half the time. Slightly less, like 48%
very close,
or something.
Close enough that I'm happy to call it half.
And then, that's super strong. It's great on 2-wound models because damage 2 just sometimes, like roughly a third of the time, just takes an extra 1. It's quite good there. And then 5 of Feel No Pain. And also, I think this army really loves Justiciars because Judiciaries can join the Primaris Sword Brethren units of 100 attacks, and if you charge them, you...
That Tannhauser Bone Judiciary is a mother.
You can't kill him, because he's half damage with 5 wounds, so no breakpoints are great, and he has a 5-up Feel No Pain. And then if you charge his unit, you die.
Yeah.
You just die.
Most things do.
Yeah.
Most things do.
Yes. So,
it's rough.
if you're a melee army, I'm pretty sure that...
The Templars are a nightmare.
Nightmare. Because you charge them, they fight you first. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know how good having a bunch of attacks that are garbage on their face, but then you can staple a million rules to. We know how good that are.
Yeah.
Those are. I'm pretty sure a Crusader Blob kills anything. As long as damage reduction is min 1.
Yeah, of course.
I'm pretty sure...
If you've got lethal hits up, this could probably even kill the Lion.
I would be shocked if it didn't.
Yeah.
Because lethal hits,
you just
and
have
then
to
you
put
go
20,
full rerolls.
once you get to AP2, you only have to put 27 saves on him, and then or 30 saves.
And the Lion isn't killing this unit.
No, because you fight first if you have a Judiciary. You just need to put lethal hits, and then just get 30 saves on him, he's dead.
Yeah, so the Lion can't charge you.
Yep.
Especially if you just oath him every turn, he charges you, you're like...
Oh, it's 54 wounds on the hit roll. Yeah, that's good.
It's pretty solid.
That's a strong start.
I'm pretty sure that's if you have the exploding 5s.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But still...
Yes. If you get that many attacks at exploding 5s, but I don't think you need exploding 5s. I think if you just have lethal hits on the 6s and you go into the line with oath, I think you just... Bye.
I think you
get out of here.
Would kill him there.
Yeah, if he hits you first, who cares? Tank it, move on.
Yeah, honestly, even if you don't have a Judy, he just kills like some of the unit, and then the rest of the unit kills him.
But if he charges you, the Judy just goes, okay. And the Judy is still very scary.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Black Templars are looking at like a menace.
Yes. And to be fair, Toothless, not everyone's going to fight, right? You have to be base to base.
Oh, yeah.
Or within an inch or in base.
And that is always the downside of big units. But there is a lot of upside to Black Templars as well.
Yeah.
3 for 3 so far. The chapters have been very impressive.
Yes.
All 3 have been like, oh, wow.
I am very much looking forward to putting this on the table.
I expect Templars to be very strong.
Yes. Best loadout for Sword Brethren, in my mind, would be the Sergeant has the Mastercrafted, 3 people have the Power Weapon, and 1 dude has a hammer.
There we go.
Damage 3 Thunder Hammer real good, with dev wounds.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, people in the chat.
Wilson, yes.
All right. So, I think that about wraps us up on Templars. Honestly, I went into this video thinking just take a Gladius, and I'm ending this video on actually maybe you do take the Templar attachment.
That is how we've ended every one of our Space Marine videos to this point.
Well, let's see how it continues. All right. So, I think Templars really solid.
Yeah, I'm very excited to put them on the table. They do one thing well, very well.
Yeah, wow. That is strong.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we're going to end it there. We will have more streams coming up very shortly, which we are very excited for. So we're going to have Space Wolves and Death Watch are the last 2. I believe it's going to be Space Wolves next and Death Watch last, but we are going to get both of those videos out today. So those of you who joined us live, thank you so much. We appreciate you. If you like this video, please like this video. And of course, subscribe so that you get notified when we go live with our next 2 videos today and all the 10th edition content coming soon.
Yep. I want to point out something very quick that someone in the chat made, which was Hellbrex 60 mil base really helps the base-to-base fighting thing. Because he just taps 1 dude and then they all hug him.
Why would they not?
And they aggressively hug you to death.
Why would they not? Oh, man. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't like it, but that's funny.
You're not going to like it.
All right. Good to see that everyone's looking equally busted. Yep, all the Space Marine chapters. Good. All right.
I mean, we haven't seen any of the other...
That is true. Right? That is true. Like, as we've seen Tyranids.
Rip, brother.
Ooh, buddy. This is going to be tough. It's going to be uphill. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll catch you shortly with a Space Wolf stream coming at you soon, and we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.